Hello. Right, so the podcast today is about peace and about finding your unique peace. So the types of things that make you feel peaceful, and it's associated with a quote. So I'll read the quote. So peace is a daily, a weekly, a monthly process, gradually changing opinions, slowly eroding old barriers, quietly building new structures. John F. Kennedy. Right. So what does peace mean to you? Because peace usually means quiet and stillness. So a lot of people are thinking about peace meaning to be quiet and to be at peace and to feel stillness. That might be stillness in your mind or stillness in your body. And so your kind of peace might look like maybe walking out in nature. It might be reading a great book, so having absolutely no noise around, but you're just totally into this book. Or it could be time watching TV, which for most people probably thinking, well, that's not peace because you've got all this noise going on. But for you, that might be your time of peace. I know for me, it's wonderful when I can have peace while I'm watching a program that I want to watch, and I don't have to ask anybody else if they want to watch that particular program. And that is peace for me. So that might be your type of peace as well. So peace can come with in many different forms. And so I usually do this podcast because I write something. So I tend to, it's interchangeable really. So sometimes it might be that I speak about something and then from whatever I've spoke about, I'll do a podcast, whatever I speak about, then I will write something based on that. Or it might be the other way around where I've written something and then I do a podcast based on what that is. Okay. So when I was writing this morning, I was in my peaceful state because, this is my happy space really when I can write and it's my happy space when I can get on here and speak as well. So during the time when I was writing about this thing today, what I'm talking about, I was listening to house music. So I tend to write with house music. I don't know what it is, but it tends to get me flowing and I love house music. It gets me flowing, it gets me feeling good and I'm at peace. I'm kind of in a zone with this music and I'm in a zone with the writing as well. So I tend to write with music, and music's a big part of my life. I'm also a music teacher, so I go into schools and I teach music, and music's been a part of my life for such a long time. Since the age of 11 I've been been doing music, so it's a big part of my life. So music is big for me. So while I was writing the post associated with this podcast, I was listening to a house music remix by the legendary Prince. I absolutely love Prince. I'm a huge fan. I never got to go and watch him, go and see him. I wish I did, but absolutely love Prince. So at the time when I was writing this post, Prince came on, and it was a remix of his song Controversy. So that was blazing in my ears while I was tapping away, writing this post, just in an absolute flow, beautiful flow zone, and I was really at peace. It was beautiful, and that for me is something that I need daily. I love to be able just to go off and just be in this sort of flowing zone with music in my ears. And that is my idea of peace. That is peace for me. But then there's also times when peace for me is absolute quietness. Peace for me is when I can do my breath work and just be connected with my breath. And peace for me can be when I am meditating and just being totally zoned out and not having to think about things and not having to be thinking about pressures of life. So peace can come in lots of different forms. As a yoga teacher, it's usually recommended that we do meditations and have quietness, and usually at the end of the class we get everybody quieting down and everybody's in stillness, and it might be that there's music to help with that meditation, but then there's a lot of times where there's no music. And a lot of classical forms of yoga would say that to be in meditation or to be practicing yoga, you should be at one with the body and you should be having no distractions. There shouldn't be anything going on. But I found that for a lot of people, that being in quiet and having to have stillness in the body, that doesn't bring them peace at all. And it's the total opposite. They need movement, or they might need to have noise around them, because that sense of having quietness is not peaceful for them at all. So peace comes in lots of different shapes and forms, and peace is hugely beneficial for our health. It's so needed. For health and wellness, peace is a big part of what we need. It's great for healing the body, and it's great for just getting rid of the old and just allowing for something new to come into the body and come into the mind. So it's a huge thing that we need. And I'd say it's especially important for people like myself who are diagnosed with chronic illnesses, because it can be quite easy to have a bit of self-pity, you know. And I get it, you know, there's days where I feel like that, where, you know, you're battling with the symptoms of your disease, and you just think that's all that's on your mind, you know. You just think this is never, it's never going to get better, you know, this is my normal, and I'm stuck in this pattern forever. Where I'm here to say that you don't need to be stuck in that pattern. You can change that pattern, so you've got a new pattern. And finding these times for peace and times to just escape from the world can really help with forming these new patterns, you know. So I'm here to say, let's get rid of the pity party, and let's bring in this peace party. You know, this party where you can just totally escape and just be in your own zone, in this nice flowing zone. And your peace party, it's your peace party. It's not going to look like what my peace party looks like, you know. So for you, it might be blasting rock music, you know, whatever it is that you really enjoy, or blasting classical music really loud, and that is your peace. That is your time to have some peace and for you to be in your zone. Okay, it could look like you going out there and connecting with nature and going for walks, and if that is your peace, then go for it. Your peace might look like going to the gym and lifting loads of weights, which I can't do that. So I wish I could lift some weight at the moment, but that might be your peace, you know, to go and escape and go to the gym every day. That might be what you need, you know. So the thought of having to be sitting still or to have quiet, that's not your idea of peace. For you, it might be going to the gym, having your headphones on and blasting whatever music is blasting in your ears and lifting those weights. And if that's for you and it's not causing you any harm, I'm saying that because I've got issues with my back, and so I was going to the gym, but for me now the gym is a no-no. But if it's your peace, then go for it. You know, find what it is that allows you to escape. And if you can do a bit of that every day, it's fantastic. Do it, you know. So find something that's going to uplift you, uplift your mind, uplift your body, and uplift your soul, okay? And whatever that is, go and grab it, and go and grab that as many times as you can throughout the day, you know, because your mind and your body needs it, it requires it, okay? So we do live in this kind of busy world, and it might be with work, that your work is about hustling and bustling all the time, and that you can never shut off, and you're constantly thinking about work, and it just consumes you. But if you just had those times where you could just have those moments to just get away, and it might be focusing on breath. Now, for me, many years ago, I'm laughing. Many years ago, when I used to teach quite a lot, I used to teach in different schools, and that, you know, I do that now. At the moment, I'm not teaching because of all these issues with my back, but I'm hoping to get back soon and start teaching again. But in my 20s, when I was teaching in some pretty tough schools, you know, I was teaching in some pretty tough schools, and I needed some time. There was times before I'd have that class, or say you might be listening to this as a teacher, there was times before that class where I just needed 5 minutes to get in the peace zone before I go into the war zone. and it could appear like that. But then, you know, you'd notice that, okay, those kids responded differently today. And maybe it's because I had those 5 minutes to be in the peace zone. And so the war zone wasn't that bad, because it's possibly the reflection of me. What am I bringing into the class when I'm about to teach? Okay. So having those times, you know, if you are kind of stuck in this hustle and bustle, you know, you might have this meeting that you're preparing for, and it's like, oh my gosh, you know, and it's on your head all the time, but just taking some time just to be in peace, just for a few minutes, whether that's breath work or whether that's just listening to something for a few minutes before, you know, just, you know, that calming song that helps you just to get into the zone. It might be that, it might be needing that uplifting song, or if it's hip hop or whatever it is, that the song that gets you going, just listening to that before you've got to go into this, you know, this hustle and bustle, just so you can find a bit of peace for a moment, but then you go into the world and you're like, I'm ready for you now, you know. So whatever that is, find it, yeah, do it. And yeah, just create these moments, create these peace moments throughout the day. Okay, so I hope you enjoy your peace party. I hope you enjoy that. And like I said, it is really important that we are just shutting away at times, because we're always on the go. We're always going. And also, you know, if you have a chronic illness, sometimes you're just so consumed by your disease. You're so consumed by your symptoms, and that doesn't help. You know, it's in some ways you're adding to the pain that you're experiencing every day. So you might even find that by doing this breath work or whatever it is that's going to help you just to be at peace, you might find that you can start to alleviate some of your pain, alleviate some of the symptoms that you're dealing with. And, you know, a lot of this is about changing your mindset and changing kind of the messages that you're giving yourself on a daily basis, especially when it comes to disease. So take some time out, take some time out for yourself. Take some time out just to shut off from the things that you're experiencing every day. Okay, take that time out. Okay, so I'll finish it up there. So have a wonderful peace party, whatever that will be for you, and have a wonderful day. I will be back here very soon. So you take care. Have a wonderful day again. Bye-bye.